I'm going to tell you a story and I'm going to close. Take 5 minutes. My mother was a missionary of the Assembly of God for 55 years. She knew God well. Her father was a pastor. My 7 uncles were a pastor. Mother was a missionary, and me, I've been a pastor and a missionary. And a long time ago, I don't know how many years ago, my mother started talking to me. And she said, "Did God ever speak to you?" And I lied. I said, "No." She said, "Dan Bennett, you big liar, he did speak to you." I said, "How do you know?" She said, "He told me that he spoke to you." "Are you going to do what he asked you to do?" I said, "No, because I don't know it was God." So the next Sunday, she woke me up for Sunday school, and I said, "I'm not going today. I'm 12 years old now. I'm a man. I'm going to do what I'm going to do." And she said, "The first thing you want to do is not go to church?" I said, "Yeah, I ain't going either." I went out in the barn, and I was out there playing in the straw and just fooling around out there. And I heard a voice. If you'd have been there, I don't know if you heard, but I heard it. It said, "Dan." And I'm going to tell you what, I stood still, and the goosebumps jumped up all over me. I heard that voice. He said, "Dan." Did I ever tell you the rest of it? He said, "I have called you." I said, "I hear you calling." I didn't know what he was talking about. And I took off, and I ran in the house so fast, my mother said, I combed my hair, got dressed, and run and got in the car and was waiting for her when she came. And she asked me, "What happened?" I never told her till I was 30 years old. And when I was 30, I told her what happened. She said, "I knew it was God." She said, "When you come in from that place, you looked like that you'd seen a ghost or something." She said, "Your face was flushed and you were nervous." And she said, "You sat in the back of the car and all the way over there, like 20 miles to church. You never said a word." You can hear from God if you want to. Anything that God wants you to do, He can empower you to do it. Nothing that you want to do that He doesn't want you to do will He empower for you. You'll have to come up with the money. You'll have to get the plan. You'll have to keep it working. You'll have to watch over it. And we can't do it. I'm going to give you some good advice. Stay where you are. What did God say to you last? If He wanted you to do something else, He'd have been just like with him. He'd give him a second word. He said, "Now you're going to go over here." Until you get the second word, you stay where God put you and you do what God told you to do, whether you like it or not. I was once in the church, I couldn't stand the pastor at all, and I didn't like the church at all. I said, "Lord, I don't like this church. I don't like these people." And He said, "Well, I never told you to go over there in the first place. You went over there because you thought something wonderful was going to happen." What happened? Nothing. When you get in the will of God, things start working. I don't mean everything you ask you get. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that He's going to make provision, and in the wilderness where there's nothing, He can feed you Big Macs and water, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Only cost like $3. It's cheap breakfast, cup of coffee. God didn't provide that. I'd have to come up. Listen, stop ruling your life. Do this. "God, I'm not leaving this church till you tell me where I'm supposed to go next. But whatever you ask me to do, I'll do it. Lord, I just want your will in my life, and that's all." And then quit pushing your deal. God said to me, "I've been trying to get this new truck and making a deal because He was going to work it. It was a work truck. And we're going to make a lot of money and everything. You can come go with me and blah, blah, blah." I said, "I ain't going with you nowhere." I said, "You ain't even got any money to buy a truck. What? You're stupid. You're making plans to go work in a truck. You ain't even got a truck." I said, "Did God tell you to do that?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, why are you doing it?" He said, "Because I want to." Don't look so innocent. That's why you do it too. I don't want to, God. I want to go over there right now and be with these other people, or I want to go over there and be with them, or I want to do this or that or the other. You know what? Just be quiet. Let me tell you what to say. Father, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. If you'll tell me and confirm it, I'll believe it. God confirms things with signs and wonders following. So you get something in your brain is one thing, but if you know God's dealing with you, you need to get down on the floor and pray. Well, you don't have to get on the floor. That's just what I do. I can't get on my knees, so I have to lay down on the floor. But just go get in your bed and pray, wherever, but just get alone and pray. And say, God, I don't know about this. It's just like if it's almost driving you, it's not God. He leads you. He said, follow me. It's easy to follow him. He didn't say, now turn around. Now I'll follow you, Dan, wherever you want to go. Ain't going to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying tonight? Did you get it? The minute you begin to do it, whole life change. God told me the guy, I'm closing right now. God told me one time, he didn't tell me. I said, would you give me $10? I said, no. He said, why not? I said, because I ain't got $10. He said, man, I'm really hungry. And I had about $7. And I said, here's $2. Go over there to McDonald's and get you a couple of hamburgers. That was a long time ago. You know where he went? Directly over there and got him. And I watched. He ate them quicker than a dog can eat food, man. He was hungry. But not every time somebody comes right at that moment and meets your need. But what we do is think about ourselves too much. Remember that song? Let's forget about ourselves and concentrate on money. Let's go get a new job right away. No. Forget about yourselves and concentrate on him. And say, God, I know I've been trying to push you, and I'm pushing me, and I'm pushing everybody around me, and I'm all upset, and I don't know what to do. I just lay it all down at your feet right here, all of it. There it is. Nothing. Have your way, Lord, in my life. He'll start speaking to you, or you'll go to that church that I went to where that old man beat me up for an hour. Sweetest looking old man you ever seen. God had been telling me to stop in that church, so I stopped in there and went in one day, and the whole thing was full, and they put me out in the front row. And that old guy, he was so sweet, and he just spoke so nicely, and everything he said was tearing me up. I thought, how in the name of God did I ever get in this place? And I couldn't get up because it's right on the front, and everybody could see me, and I'm stuck. God will get you in a place you can't get out, and he'll tell you something you don't want to hear, but it changed my life. It changed my life. I went back sometime later and to see him and tell him, I kind of got mad at you, but I want you to forgive me. But everything you said was to me. When I got there, they said, I'm sorry, he passed away last month. And I said, oh, and I told my wife, she said, well, you see him when you get to heaven. Look him up.